The new isekai anime Loner Life in Another World, or as I like to call it, Slave Owner Isekai, is not what you think. You look at the cover of the anime and the main character is getting chased by like literally 100 girls and it's like, sure buddy, loner in another world. Isekai anime can sometimes be pretty wild. It can be about a guy turning into a vending machine, a dog, or even a goddamn pig. And every single time I tell myself there's nothing else that can surprise me, but they just keep on proving me wrong again and again. However, this time with this slave owning isekai, it's gotta be on top of the list. Let me explain how exactly it feels for me to consume this junk food of an anime. You know how it feels when you encounter a high-level boss in a game, and the logical thing is to just leave the area. Try leveling up your character and upgrading your gear to come back to the boss later. But somehow you just enter the boss area and just start hitting it. And when you see the boss's HP move from 2000 to 1999, it's exactly in that moment that something snaps, and you feel like you are the ultimate gamer god. So you take on the boss no matter if it takes 2000 hits or 500 tries to beat. Watching Loner Life in Another World precisely gives me the exact same feeling. You know you shouldn't, but you just keep watching. The only thing is that you gotta turn off your brain before watching this anime to not lose any brain cells. So without further ado, let's torture ourselves by watching this anime, while the oil companies are making millions of dollars destroying our planet. That's just a great idea. Loner Life in Another World starts by the most basic main character named Haruka, bitching about how annoying his classmates are because they get in his way of reading manga in peace. So one day all of a sudden a summoning ring appears in the classroom, and I gotta hand it to him, he's actually the very first main character that doesn't want to get isekai. The only isekai that he is comfortable with is the comfort of the manga,
in bed at night while no one else is watching, all alone with your thoughts and no one else to blame but yourself.
As he's fighting for his life, crawling through the ceiling and hoping to get ignored by the isekai gods, he gets isekai to another world without meeting the Grim Reaper of isekais, the Truck-kun. Also, why is he called the Grim Reaper if he takes life by only touching people? Why is it not called the Grim Toucher? Forget about that. So isekai on the wall. Who's going to be isekai'd of them all? All of them. All of the classroom gets isekai. Obviously, before getting started with the new world, we have to meet the beautiful goddess. Unfortunately, a homeless man appears, tries to do some hand signs to open up his domain expansion, unlimited alcohol. The homeless man tells Haruka to pick his starting skills, but because he's the last one from the class, all the OP skills are gone, and all the crappy ones are left. Skills like Neat, Shut-In, Walking, Master of None, and Loner, which as it turns out gives him the ability to quote-unquote subjugate others with mutual consent. But I gotta be honest, despite the walking skill sounding so ridiculous, it's actually a broken skill because everything is in walking distance if you have the time. After getting a little bit down with the homeless man, he just dumps all of the leftover skills on Haruka and tells him to get out. Finally, this zesty main character starts his isekai experience. Now imagine the most generic montage of isekai things happening. Beating some goblins that are minding their own business with a stick, gathering mushrooms, building a base in a cave, and ending the day thinking about the unbearable weight of his irredeemable sins after years of being an emotionless psychopath, while washing his face without blinking even once. After a while, we're introduced to the classmates, which has all the tropes: the nerds, the gals, the delinquents, and the class reps. You know what I don't believe in? Addiction. It's just a mispronunciation of dedication. I just get inspired by the people that keep on watching seasonal isekai anime. Like bruh, if you're a fan of isekai, why quit now and start watching something that is actually good? As it turns out, the students start camping by the riverside, but I bet that you won't believe what the delinquents did. They did some pretty delinquent stuff. So they get kicked out by the nerds supported by the other students because they wanted to use the charm and puppeteer skills to get their way with the girls. However, they just come back committing war crimes, burning the tents, and threatening the girls with knives and swords. Guys, everyone knows if you want to get some girl's attention, you can't use knives. You need to threaten her with guns. Something like a double-barreled shotgun that is big does the job really well. After that, everyone blames the nerds for trying to literally protect them from being molested by the delinquents, so they just get kicked out as well. Low-key nerds in anime means that they are the most trustworthy good person out of all the characters. The nerds being kicked out have a fun party with Haruka pumping up mushrooms all night, and leave to find actual civilization that appreciates their efforts. Then later, the gals realize how much of a bitch they were and want to apologize to the nerds. So they go to Haruka asking him where they went, telling him they will do anything. And by saying those magic words, the subjugation skill activates, and Haruka enslaves all three of them. The girls follow him for a while, and the main character doesn't take advantage of them because he's just a Giga Chad. Then all the other girls from the class find them, and after a little catching up and clearing the misunderstanding, Haruka is just about to scram and leave all this noise, but the girls start demanding like, why aren't you helping us? You are unbelievable. Then guess what happens? All of the girls come crashing at Haruka's house. They don't even have the integrity to not strip in front of Haruka. As soon as they get to his house, they just take all of their clothes and jump to the bath all at the same time. With the girls taking the house, my man sets up a tent outside and starts gooning all night thinking about the girls. Long story short, after Haruka helps the girls get their footing and the girls not giving up anything, they all decide to go find civilization. Yeah, I don't know where this anime is going after this. I watched 3 episodes, thought I'd give my 2 cents on the dollar. I'm gonna be honest, this anime really shows that it was made from a light novel, considering the amount of meta commentary by the MC. And with all of that being said, honestly, if you just enjoy watching junk food trashy isekais, I don't see why not. Anyway, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think of this anime. But yeah, may your W's be many and your riches too. See you in the next video.